tonight, here comes the snow. Plow drivers are ready to take to the streets as the snow continues to fall, but with a pandemic in place, they're also preparing for some unexpected bumps in the road. Plus, after a tough few months thanks to COVID-19, folks in the winter tourism industry are excited for some early snow and hopefully a boost in business. And early in-person voting is now underway in Wisconsin. We'll take you to Superior for a look at the turnout so far.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Welcome to the CBS3 News. Thanks for joining us on this snowy Tuesday evening. This is a live look from up on the hill in Duluth near UMD and St. Scholastica's campus from our live I-3. The snow started falling a few hours ago here in Duluth, but is already causing issues across the state. The Minnesota State Patrol numbers show there were nearly 350 crashes between 11 this morning and 4:30 this afternoon. Good evening. I'm Kristen Bach, joined by meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt. And Caitlin, this snow is sticking around for a while, not going away anytime soon, and those conditions just seem to be deteriorating.
Yes, and of course it's right on that evening commute time, so right when everyone's headed on from home, school or work or whatever the case may be. We're looking at wet, heavy snow, so it's just kind of sticking to the roads, and of course you saw there with that camera, it's not looking too good up on the hill in Duluth. So we'll get into these road conditions here. You can go full screen with the MnDOT and WSDOT reporting. For the most part, we are seeing completely covered roads, as you just saw up on the hill. Those looked pretty covered in terms of the wet, slushy snow, because it is very, very wet snow, so it is going to be a slushy kind of, not that light, fluffy stuff, but we are looking at completely covered roads. The further north you go, we've got partially covered roads, and then for northern Wisconsin, we're still seeing partially covered to completely covered. However, the snow continues to fall, so keep in mind that these roads are quickly deteriorating. I showed just half hour ago, and the update was still partially covered, and we're now at completely covered. So the snow's moving very quickly now that it's here, so expect it to continue to fall for another 5-6 hours here in the Twin Ports. Now, granted, it will lighten up a little bit, but the heaviest we are in right now, and then it will start to lessen up after the 8-9 o'clock hour and still continue to fall, though, through the overnight hours. So we're in the middle of this system, and we're not quite done just yet. The winter weather advisory goes until Wednesday morning at 1 o'clock because it will taper off after midnight from that very light snow, as we will see. So here's some live looks. This is Virginia. Roads are completely covered except for those paths where the cars are currently driving. Take it slow out there. That's just north of Duluth near the Iron Range area. And then this is a look in Proctor. This is just here in the Twin Ports on I-35. Looking at snow-covered roads in terms of the lanes, so just make sure you take it slow out there this evening. And then the Bong Bridge, as I mentioned. Bridges will freeze faster than the roadways, so just keep it slow out there. I'll have the timing and the latest details coming up later on in the show.
We'll check in with you in a bit. Thanks, Caitlin. As snow hits the ground, plow drivers are hitting the roads all across the Northland. CBS3's Emma Quinn spoke with some plow drivers and explains how COVID-19 has affected operations.
I spoke with Carlton County Highway Department officials today, and they said they've been preparing for the snow for quite some time now, doing driver training and getting their equipment ready. Now, while they've been training and preparing for the equipment, they are maintaining social distance in the garages. In fact, all drivers have been assigned a garage in order to keep up with contact tracing. Maintenance Superintendent Robert Dahl says there will be one driver in a truck when out on the roads. He says COVID-19 has had an impact on how they're able to prepare to get out on the roads.
It affects us every day in the way that we show up to work and what we're doing when we get to work. On the mechanic side of things, trying to keep that 6-foot distancing and also getting that equipment on the vehicles.
All drivers have taken their annual driver training, which was split in different sessions in order to maintain social distancing. Now, Highway Department officials say they are working closely with the county health department just in case anyone does test positive for COVID-19.
All right, thanks, Emma. Well, as that snow continues to fall, ski hills across the state are prepping for their upcoming winter season. CBS3's Leanne Valdez spoke to Giants Ridge and Biwabic about their plan and how they hope to pick up some of their lost revenue.
With the cold temperatures, we decided to go all in on winter.
As the snow keeps falling, outdoor recreational businesses are hopeful for this upcoming winter season.
We actually made the decision late last week that we were going to end our summer operations a little bit early.
Giants Ridge Recreation Area in Biwabik is getting ready to open their winter operations back up after taking a small hit on their food and beverage revenue last spring at the start of the pandemic.
We think we're prepared for it. We know the ski season is going to look different.
When the ski hill opens in just a few short weeks, visitors will be met with some COVID-19 changes.
We're asking people to get ready in their cars. So, come to the hill dressed in your ski gear, put your boots on in the parking lot, and leave your gear in the car.
Chalets will be open for dining.
And we'll have an online reservation system for that.
They're also going to have other buildings set up around the property so people can warm up, yet still follow occupancy limits and social distancing guidelines.
So it's going to be a little bit more regimented, whereas other years, it's kind of a little bit more free-form, kind of do whatever you want.
Director of Mountain Sports Benji Neff says summer operations helped the business get ready for what's to come, COVID-19 challenges and all.
Being open for the summer, running the chairlift for mountain biking and scenic chairlift rides really helped us get ready for the season.
Neff says he hopes people will get outside more this winter, as it will help with their mental and physical health.
We'll just have to wait and see, but we're thinking that people will be excited to get outside and maybe try a sport they haven't tried before.
Giants Ridge usually opens the Friday after Thanksgiving, but they say by the looks of the forecast, it could be sooner. In Superior, voters lined up this morning for Wisconsin's first day of early in-person voting. CBS 3's John Cardinelli stopped by the Government Services Center, the city's only spot for early in-person voting. John, what was the turnout like today?
Kristen, earlier today, there was a steady stream of voters who showed up here at the Government Services Center in Superior. According to City Clerk Terry Callan, Callan says that there was around 150 people that showed up as of 2 p.m. this afternoon to come vote here in room 270. Callan says anyone is registered to vote and is a City of Superior resident can now show up to one of the locations in town. All you have to do is show your ID. You can also register at the polling sites. Machines are not used in early voting. As per Wisconsin state law, they can only be used when ballots are all centrally counted on Election Day. Of course, social distancing is in place and masks are required. As for absentee voting, it started September 17th. In the normal presidential election, Callan says they can expect a couple of thousand absentee ballots. This year, they are seeing much more.
We received some of them back the next day in our drop box. We've sent over about 6,000 so far have been processed, and about 5,000 have been returned. So they're coming back as fast as they're going out.
With the projected uptick in mail-in and absentee ballots, Callan says the City of Superior has prepared to count those ballots on Election Day. They have purchased 2 new counting machines and plan on borrowing one from the county, giving them 5 machines in total. Again, the deadline for your absentee ballot to be returned to the city clerk's office is 8 p.m. on Election Day. And the polling place here at the Government Service Center is open from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. The last day for early in-person voting is October 30th. And coming up tonight at 10, we hear from voters who stopped by here earlier today why they chose to vote in person.
Hard to believe Election Day is just 2 weeks from today. John Cardinelli in Superior for us tonight. Thanks, John. Tonight, Minnesota counties and cities can start processing ballots. That means they can begin doing everything to get them ready to be counted. St. Louis County reps say they will start processing the more than 30,000 absentee ballots that have been returned so far tomorrow. According to new data, the COVID-19 situation in Itasca County appears to be slightly improving. On Monday, county health leaders reported the first reduction in its 14-day positive case rate since late August. As of October 15th, the rate was 51.2 positive cases per 10,000 people. That's compared to 52.4 on October 12th. Even though it's a slight change, officials say it's a sign that rising local trends can be reversed. As we move indoors during the winter months, leaders still urge residents to wear masks, social distance, and avoid crowds. As the state deals with a massive surge in cases, the governor is speaking out about what needs to happen to get things under control. Governor Tony Evers says 2 key things need to happen. The first is another round of federal relief. He says the current CARES Act funding expires on December 31st, and states need more money to help people and businesses struggling to survive. The second, people need to double down on efforts to stop the spread. That includes staying home as much as possible and wearing a mask. Evers says the state won't bounce back as quickly without everyone doing their part.
I continue to urge President Trump and Congress to act quickly to provide more support and resources for budget stabilization so that we can make sure we have the support we need to continue fighting this virus.
Evers says additional federal funding is also critical when it comes to the state's budget for next year. Wisconsin's daily COVID-19 totals are higher than usual today. That's because the state didn't report results for 2 days during a software upgrade. Wisconsin reported nearly 4,600 new cases today. 33 more people have died and 218 people were newly hospitalized. That's according to the latest numbers from the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Again, those numbers are higher than normal because they cover several days. You can get a free COVID-19 test in Superior on Friday. It will be open from 10 to 6 near the Amsoil Distribution Center. You can register in advance or at the event. Testing is open to anyone with symptoms or those who had potential exposure to the virus. A COVID-friendly drive-through lights display is coming to the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. The Glow Holiday Festival is expected to be a mile-long drive featuring lights, a 100-foot tall tree, art installations, and other attractions. Tickets go on sale for $46 on Thursday, with the event running November 19th through January 3rd. At the end of the drive, some Minnesota State Fair foods will be available for purchase. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, one of the men charged in the plot to kidnap Michigan's governor was released today. We have more on that after the break.
And we've got snow continuing to fall across here the Northland. Roads are continuing to deteriorate as that snow starts to pile up. We'll have the latest details on road conditions and timing coming up next.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
At Lift Pro International, we have custom designed and fabricated lifting, weighing, and rigging solutions for more than 40 years. With a worldwide presence and reputation, we need world-class insurance to match. This is why we trust Cindy of Vernon Insurance to make sure we're fully covered no matter where in the world we're doing business.
Protect your home, vehicle, or business, and your peace of mind. Call Cindy at Vernon Insurance today. We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
I've been suffering from PTSD and anxiety for 17 years, and it has helped tremendously more than the pharmaceutical medication I've been taking.
To learn more, visit us online. Be well with us at Ketamine North Infusion.
What are you thinking?
Thinking about burger, fries, and some pie.
You know it's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, then bring the pie first.
It's back and better than ever. Perkins Burger, Fries, and Pie Combo. For a limited time, enjoy any burger, fries, and a slice of pie. And always served safely. Whether you dine in, order online, or get it to go. Order now at perkinstogo.com.
St. Anne's Assisted Living. Here when you needed us before, here when you need us now. We're open for business. Call to schedule your personal tour now. 218-727-8831.
Okay, Mr. Medicare figure-outer. One last question. What's the cost?
For many, Part A is free. Cost goes up the more parts you add. But UCare has Medicare Advantage plans that come with everything you need.
Sounds good. And so does your bike. Now.
Yeah, thanks to you, she's purring like a kitten on a bed of yarn.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, I just made it up. You can steal it for your bike shop.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
After 2 years, President Trump returns to Duluth. How he and I were hearing from supporters as they're getting ready
with the incredible people of Minnesota.
To come in. People are still arriving, and as far as we've seen so far, very few people are wearing masks.
I feel that he does not represent the...
Kristen Vaki joins us live from the Duluth International.
For the best local campaign coverage, watch the local station. Live, local, CBS 3.
It is the question that matters the most. ¿Dónde está? That takes you behind the story. Robert. It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust. Who did all of this? And the truth that propels us forward.
What did you make of that?
It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose,
That's news.
and our freedom fade. This is why.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3. CBS 3 weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. And now your Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett.
Well, if you're just tuning in, snow is continuing to fall here across the Northland. We're going to do a live look quick outside our CBS 3 studio here in Canal Park, where the snow is starting to kind of accumulate on the roads. It first started just on the sidewalks and the grass because temperatures are much cooler for that, but the roads are starting to see that snow covered, and we're going to be seeing that slushy mess kind of all night long as the snow kind of tapers off and on. 32 degrees currently here in Canal Park, and here's a quick look at those road conditions. For the most part, and much of Minnesota, do expect completely covered roads. They are quickly deteriorating as I kind of continue to update them. The roads just kind of continue to change in terms of condition-wise. So if you're headed out there this afternoon, or this evening rather, to Superior or even further south of the Twin Ports, expect even worse road conditions as the system is working its way from the south up to the north. So therefore, we've got good, or better, I should say, conditions kind of more so in the Arrowhead, focused rather than here in the Twin Ports, where we're looking at snow-covered roadways, because this snow started at around 2:30, very light, and then within an hour or so it picked up significantly. We're now in the hardest, kind of the most moderate snow we'll see for the evening from this system. And you'll notice here on the Doppler and satellite, we've got a few little dry pockets kind of starting to pop up here on the satellite. So if you expect a few dry periods in the next couple of hours, it's going to probably pick back up, because behind this system we still have a little bit of light snowfall that will remain kind of falling throughout the evening hours. But we do have, this eventually will come to an end by the 11, 12 o'clock hour tonight. So it's only 6:15. We still got 5 hours left of this kind of snowfall. We've got a winter weather advisory in place until the morning hours on Wednesday, or 1 a.m. for us here, but 5 a.m. for the Arrowhead, because it's still working its way up the North Shore. And then we've got that winter storm watch. But this is for Thursday. We've got another system in place for Thursday with, yes, even more snow for some areas. And then that winter storm warning for the cities will expire tonight at 7 o'clock. Here's timing out for you, 10 o'clock tonight. Still seeing quite a bit of snow showers, but we're right along that leading edge of the end of that system. That's going to be light snowfall. So we're in that moderate snowfall right now. After that 8, 9 o'clock hour, it's going to be much lighter, but do still expect some accumulation, obviously, to pick up through the evening hours. It does come to an end by Wednesday, 5 a.m. Do expect just some light lingering flurries. That's why the Grand Marais is still in that advisory until 5 a.m., because they'll still see some light snow showers. Wednesday for us will be dry conditions here. We'll see a few peaks of sunshine, but otherwise cold and cloudy for the main afternoon hours. And then we've got that next system headed our way for Thursday. So I'm going to show you a quick shot at what that looks like. Thursday, 10 o'clock, all of northern and western Minnesota seeing snow showers. And this is going to be bringing some heavy snow. Now, the rain-snow line is going to be that issue for the Duluth area, because once again, we always seem to sit on that rain-snow line. So where that rain-snow line sits will depend on snow totals very significantly. So to expect higher totals in our northwestern counties, and then much lower totals for areas south of the Twin Ports from the rain and the warmer temperatures. That will move out Thursday evening as well. So here's the snowfall total for tonight. Once all is said and done, 2 to 5 inches for areas Duluth and south, as well as up the North Shore. 1 to 3 inches for everywhere else up the north in the Iron Range and areas in Ashland. A few higher totals could be likely in the higher terrain areas. This is a first look at Thursday. Keep in mind, we're still 48 hours out. This will and probably likely change. 4 to 8 inches for most of northern and northwestern Minnesota. 1 to 4 on the outskirts as well. So quickly at that 7-day forecast. 36 degrees for your day on Wednesday. We'll see dry conditions for the day on Wednesday, but then we've got another round of much heavier snow kind of moving in Thursday. So I know today we're not out of the woods just yet in terms of the snow. It's going to be a messy commute all night long, but then we do have to worry about the next system that does move in on Thursday.
As soon as we clean up, we'll be waiting for more snow to come on in.
It's an active week of weather, but we're here for it.
All right. Thanks, Caitlin.
Yep.
Well, we're learning microphones will be muted during the second presidential debate on Thursday night. The Commission on the Presidential Debates made that decision on Monday. The goal is to avoid the chaos from the first debate, when the two candidates often spoke over each other. At the start of each of the 6 debate segments, each candidate will be given 2 minutes to answer an initial question. During that portion, the opposing candidate's microphone will be muted. After they give their answer, both microphones will be unmuted to allow for discussion. A man charged in a plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer was released from a Wisconsin jail last night. The 51-year-old was released after posting $10,000 cash bail. Authorities allege the Wisconsin Dells man was part of a crew in the kidnapping plot. He was arrested Thursday and charged on suspicion of material support in an act of terrorism. Authorities say the plotters plan to storm Michigan's state capitol and kidnap officials, including Governor Whitmer. Coming up in sports, a couple of Northland soccer stars are up for a huge honor. Kelly is in next.
Fond du Luth Casino is hiring. Apply today.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
You are not alone. Our whole community is pulling together, from your healthcare team
to your first responders to your police force,
to keep our community healthy and safe. If you can, please stay home during this time. This will slow the spread of the virus and can help save lives. By staying apart, we keep our community together. For the latest on COVID-19, please visit the CDC and Minnesota Department of Health websites.
We're ready. We're united.
We're here.
It's coming. You ready? Because Toro's Snow Days sale is here. With the #1 brand in snowblowers, you will dominate winter. And now during Toro's Snow Days, get up to $100 off select 2-stage snowblowers, up to $40 off select 60-volt battery snowblowers, and up to $50 off select single-stage snowblowers. Plus great financing offers. Win winter with Toro.
At Super One Foods, we're always looking for new talent to join our 5-star service team. We are a growing family-owned company that provides opportunities to learn new skills and enhance your working knowledge while serving your friends and neighbors. From flexible scheduling and variety in jobs to competitive wages and exceptional benefits, Super One Foods offers an excellent environment to grow both personally and professionally and can provide you with the foundation for career advancement in the communities we serve. Come join our team, Super One Foods. Jobs right in your neighborhood.
Remove your spooky tree for free with Sawtooth Arbor Supply and Tree Care. Post your dead spooky tree photo on Facebook or Instagram. Grand prize is free spooky tree removal.
I am Robert. My wife, Katie.
I'm Holly.
Yes, we're Holly. We are the 4th generation of a family farm. It has been more down times than good times. 2 years ago, a storm came through this area, took down our barn. Financially, it was unbearable. But Tina Smith and her staff, they came through big for us.
And she continues to be there for us. That's something I've never seen in a politician before. Really impressed me. I feel very fortunate to have her as our senator.
I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message.
Your hands are cold, your feet are cold, you're freezing. Mother Nature is ready to bring you winter. Are you ready? Northwest Outlet is. It's the Northland's winter family clothing headquarters for men, women, and children. Northwest Outlet's massive inventory of the North Face, Columbia, and Carhartt with all the latest styles, colors, and sizes from 6 months to 5X is in. Long underwear, hats, gloves, mitts, snowsuits, pants, jackets, smart wool, and darn tough socks. And winter boots for men, women, and kids are in all sizes. Northwest Outlet, your family's winter headquarters. 1814 Belknap, Superior.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Trainwreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station, 95 KQDS.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS3. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
The high school soccer season, as quickly as it started, is coming to an end tomorrow, capping off with the section title games. For Section 7A, the Duluth Denfeld Hunters muscled their way into the title game. And a big part of that reason is this guy, Keegan Chasty, who was just nominated for Minnesota Mr. Soccer for Class Single A. Chasty helped the Hunters to a 9-4-1 record thus far, contributing 19 goals and 11 assists, including this one last night. The Hunters play Princeton in the Section 7A title game at Princeton tomorrow night. And Chasty isn't the only Northland representative up for the prestigious award. Duluth Marshall midfielder Marin Friday has been nominated for Miss Soccer Minnesota. The senior has had a stellar year for the Toppers, racking up 24 goals and 9 assists, helping Marshall to 12 straight wins in this unprecedented season. The Toppers take on Cloquet at Duluth Denfeld in the Section 7A championship tomorrow night. And Bulldog hockey is officially coming back. Last week, the NCHC announced their plans to bring hockey back in a pod environment at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. An official schedule has not yet been released, but their plan is to start on December 1st. The Bulldogs have been practicing since early September, just waiting for an opportunity to get out and compete again. Junior forward Noah Cates has been leading the Bulldogs as captain this year. He says it's been a weird and tough fall for the team with so much uncertainty, but he's excited to get down to Omaha. It's a place he's very familiar with.
Obviously really excited. I played my junior hockey in Omaha, so I know the area really well, and I love it down there. So I'm really excited, and I mean it's tough because we're going to be playing so many games so quickly, and a lot of guys will be learning a lot. But it is what it is, and we gotta adjust to make the most of it. But I think it'll be good for those young guys to keep getting after it and playing a lot of games in a quick amount of time. So it'll be good for them to learn, and they'll have to be quick learners because it's gonna be a lot of games.
And more with Noah, his thoughts on this year's squad coming up tonight in the CBS3 News at 10. And back for another year, Carson Kuhlman is sticking around in Boston. Kuhlman has been signed to a 2-year contract extension with the Boston Bruins. Announced today, the deal has an annual cap hit of $725,000. The 25-year-old ESCO native skated in 25 games with Boston in 2019-2020, tallying 1 goal and 5 assists for 6 points with a +3 rating. Kuhlman played in 13 postseason games with Boston over the last 2 years, recording 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points. It feels really good to have UMD hockey on the screen and be able to look forward to a date where the puck is actually going to drop, I gotta say.
Well, it certainly feels like hockey season outside.
I know. Did you guys see the snow out there?
Oh, yeah. Have you heard about that? Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah. Thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, COVID-19 has canceled, pushed, and pushed many events all around the Northland. One local theater department is feeling the pinch of COVID-19 as they're forced to perform a week earlier than originally scheduled. Tonight, one of the students in the play tells us about their experience. Caitlin, let's get a final look at the weather. Busy day out there.
Busy day in terms of the road conditions are deteriorating very quickly out there, if not already. If you're headed out the door this evening, and if you don't have to go anywhere, I'd say just kind of sit put and stay home this evening. Road conditions are looking completely covered for most of the region in Minnesota, over in northern Wisconsin. And then the further north you go, of course, they continue to deteriorate. So that's the Doppler right now. We'll continue to provide updates. I'm going to be on Facebook Live right after the show.
We'll see you at 10.